What's up, everybody? It's your favorite Three Horns favorite nerd. That's a little Land Before Time reference. No big deal. And today we are looking at Fansproject Cubrar and that little fella on top of him, which you know I don't care about. So let's take him off the Dino Rider, so to speak, and we'll set him to the side and we'll look at him again in a minute. And he comes with, accessory-wise, this sword with the translucent blade and then this kind of cool design handle. And then two guns that can plug in, and you know I think that's dumb. And they are single mode plastics, no detail whatsoever. And then these bits here, you can turn around and close up, and you have him. He's a really solid Triceratops. It's kind of a pain to get him into this mode, and we'll talk about that when we get into the transformation aspect. A lot of people aren't really bringing it up, and I kind of feel like that's doing the buyers a disservice. It is a bear. I'm not sure why he has mascara on. I'm not sure I get that, but he does. The head has the fire breathing aspect on it, and you can push that up with the head, but you know it all articulates a little bit, so that's kind of cool. I don't really care for the red horns and the red nose, and I really don't care for this red tip, especially when Sludge does not have the red tip. I think it throws off the uniform look that I really hold important for my Dinobots. Otherwise, though, the paint apps are nice. The gold, the red, the different grays and silvers all work nice. This like chrome, it's like a slick, like metallic paint more so than like a proper chrome, and it's very cool. I hope the durability stands up. I do have some issues with the crest because it doesn't really it doesn't really look like a Triceratops. Do you know what I mean? Like it's just like, it looks like part of the body more so than part of the head, and aesthetically that doesn't do it for me. The head is on a ball joint and a hinge, so you get a lot there, and that is nice. And then the jaw opens to there and closes all the way, and I think it can even close more, but I could be wrong. And the front legs are on ball joints at the shoulder. I've had one keep popping off on me, so that's kind of a problem. It's got a bicep swivel, and then an elbow here, and then nothing for the feet. The back, part of transformation, you can pull the back legs out more if you need to, but you got a big ball joint here, which is fine, and no real swivel. That was that pop out I was talking about. And then you got the elbow, and then you have the foot here is on a ball joint also, so that's nice. And then back here you got a ball joint for the tail, ball joint, double ball joint for the tail, double ball joint for the tail. So it's tons of articulation in this mode. You know, there's not really a problem articulation wise. The problem with this mode is getting him into this mode, and the crest, no, and I don't really care for the mascara at all. Shout out to Robert, he's the one that called it mascara to me, and it was so funny I had to steal it. Size comparison wise, there he is next to Sludge, and that's another issue because he's huge in comparison to Sludge. He's a much more beefy boy than Sludge is, and Sludge should have like this body type, and this guy should have that body type. It's very frustrating to me. Luckily, I won't be keeping these guys in dinosaur mode. I'll be keeping them in robot mode because I prefer their robot aesthetics a little bit more, and they don't sit on my proper shelf. They sit on my shelf in my office. But yeah, I'm not happy with that scale at all. Don't like it. Don't like it at all. Oh, this guy still rattles, in case you were wondering. Other than that, though, the plastic is a great quality. The paint apps are fantastic, and the articulation is superb. Superb. The amount that you can get out of the head, and that's because of the way they did the crest. I mean, I get it. You know, it's very animated. It allows you to get some really cool looks out of it, which is nice. You know, it's just I want the best of both worlds because I'm spending $100. So here's his little melee master, I guess, and. Okay, whatever. I don't know his name, and do you know why? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Because I think it's dumb, and I don't care. I don't like the idea that I'm paying for these. I don't want them. I'm not interested in them. I understand why they did them, like the whole driver bit and blah, 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 but I just don't care. But they're still pretty cool. The head is, like the handle's got the Triceratops head, which I think is pretty cool. And then it does look like a mean, vicious weapon, you know? And that's all fine and dandy, all pretty cool. So in order to get this guy transformed, you take these bits, separate, take them out, You can set them to the sides. Sorry for the focus. And then legs down and swivel. Bring the feet up, and the feet kind of have the Triceratops, you know, look there too. So that's kind of cool. Sticks with the theme. I can dig that. And then the arms come down here, and then here, and then there, and then this arm's much looser, and comes down here and then there, and then this bit, this handle bit here goes off, so you can have like this look, you know, like the same with the other one, like the dragon head, whatever, and then you can lift this up and over, and the tolerance is off. It's not done properly, so you can do that, and then you have this fella, and then he's supposed to be able to hold these, and he can, but he doesn't hold them really well, and the fit is too tight. So it makes me a little nervous, right? But he does hold them. You know, it just doesn't feel right. So let's talk articulation. Head is on a swivel. Arms are on a ball joint in there, and then a hinge here that swivels at the ball joint. So good articulation. Double hinged elbow. He can not hold the weight of his weapon all the time, unless it's at a 90 degrees. So anything beyond that, and it's a fail. I'm going to take this out. And same on the other side. God, that irritates me. That really irritates me. And then hip joints or ball joints. You got a ball joint for a knee, and because of transformation, gets you anything you could want. So he's really actually pretty cool, with the exception of this and the fact that this doesn't really work well. You gotta have this here, and you gotta really go over it. It doesn't feel right. It feels like you're gonna break it. It feels like this thing's days are numbered, and it's a tolerance issue, and that's not good. That's not good at all. But there he is, and he is pretty cool. I hate this. I think that this thing hanging off his back is so stupid. Can you imagine? Like, was this guy like this? And then like he was like, oh man, like what am I gonna do with my life? Like, I guess I'll apply to be somebody's weapon.
Hey, what's up, dude? You here for the Melee Master application process too?
Yeah, figure I get this big dumb handle on my back, so I have a pretty good shot.
You got a handle on your...
But anyway, that's him. Alright, let's get this guy transformed. My problem with this guy is kind of also a blessing in this mode. This mode feels really solid. It doesn't feel like anything is going to come apart. It feels like it's like a brick. But there's a lot of tolerance issues, and we're going to get into it. So, what you do, open these up. Untab this stuff. Untab these. It's like it's a pain. Alright, get the tail out of the way. That ratchet doesn't hold its weight, by the way, just in case you were curious. And we'll work on the legs. So, you got to fold these up. And these tab in, these two tabs, they tab in between there. So, if I can get the hinge right. There we go. And I gotta get... There he goes. And then pull these, I guess. There you go. And then this part just flaps over. Seriously. In real life. That's the answer. And then this part here flips down, and that doesn't tab in either. It's just kind of held there. Same on the other side. So... trying to work these hinges. There it is. It's frustrating because like I really feel like they're beginning thoughts of something really good here, and it just doesn't pay off. So there you go. Flapped over, and square up the hips. Fix these flaps. We'll deal with the tail later because we're going to have to continue dealing with it. And that's the bottom half. Actually, these are knee pads, and I'm not sure if I like them up or not, but just to make it official, we'll put it up. All right, for the top part, we're going to master the art of fiddle. I'm not sure if you're familiar, it's a very technical term, the fiddle, but that's pretty much what this is. So the arms, we're just going to get them out of the way for a minute, and you got to split the chest if you can. You got these back pieces here that are going to be a pain for you. Mine is not opening up all the way. So let's spin these around. We'll see how far we can get before I got to abandon ship. And it's just a matter of getting all this stuff out of the way enough to do what you need to do. And it's not my preferred way of doing business. So put that in there like that, and it's got a tab and a slot on each side, and just until you get it. And then once you got it, you got it. The arms, bring the paws. I guess it's just like that. Same on the other side. It feels like something more should happen there, but I don't think it does. And then the head is its own ball of wax. Keep the head up, bring this down, and if you do it right, it should lock in, but it doesn't feel like I did it right. I have a red head. I'm not sure why some people got red heads and some people didn't. There it is. Alright. So that's ratcheted, which is why it was giving me such trouble. There it is. Alright. And that tabs in. And that tabs in. And I guess that's supposed to clean up the kibble. I guess. Nope. You know what? I messed up the hands. So panel up. Let's actually put them back. That was just careless of me. And then same on this side. Now you got to go back and delete your comment about how I transformed it wrong. Well, that must just be so difficult for you. And then there you go. Now that should be right. So let's take a look at them. Head is on a ball joint, and you actually get a fair amount out of it for having all this kind of stuff around. But he doesn't look too far to either side because he has this bit of business here in the back. You know, that gets caught up on stuff. But I kind of like that you can have it over his face, like I don't know, like night vision goggles or something, but it's a bear to do anything with back there. The head is red with that black, these two black. I don't like it. I don't like it. I think it looks goofy. I don't think it looks good. I think the black head looks better with the black. I don't like it. These eyes in there are this nice metallic kind of blue paint for the eyes. I really do like that. And then the lips, they're a bit much. They're a bit much. Chest-wise, I like the breakup in the reds. I like the gray and the blue. I like what they did there. I like the little details there. Shoulders is the same as the Triceratops, so they're on ball joints with the bicep swivel. and then the elbow, and then the wrist swivel, and then the hinged fingers. Same on the other side. The waist does not get you a swivel because the kibble is locked up in the back, and not even locked up in the back well. You know, you got this bit of business here, you got all this hanging down here that you can see in the front. It's not the best designed toy. It's just not. So you can undo the tail, and that could give you the waist swivel, but it's loose. It's loose. It's like the that He-Man guy, Tornado or whatever his name was. You know what I mean? So let's lock that back up so I don't have to fight with it the whole time. Hips are on ratcheted universals that hinge here. It's a soft ratchet. No, I guess it is a hard. I don't know. It's not the best ratchet, I can tell you that. And then the knees are double jointed on hard ratchets, which are nice. Same as Sludge. Like the silver break up there. The kneecaps, I don't know. I don't know what I like better there. And then I love the feet. I love the use of the Triceratops feet for the feet. I think it looks really good. I think it's a good, it's a good take on the character. But otherwise, like, it's kibbly. I don't know. Let's go through the accessories, I guess. He doesn't stand perfectly. So you got his guns, and he can hold them. They're a little loose, which is disappointing. Loose, also disappointing. You can plug them in there, and that looks good. So that's nice. I felt like I was going to break it. You got his sword. And that goes in. That goes in much better. And the wrist swivel so you can get some more dynamic poses. So that's an improvement. Jeez, come on. And then I guess we'll take a look at the Melee Master. All right. Okay, so he kind of holds it. I mean, it goes in there. He can't wrap his hand around it. So just... So there he is next to Sludge. And I don't like that. I don't like that scale. I don't like how small Sludge seems next to Slag. It doesn't feel right. Final thoughts, I gotta be honest. Overall, it's a disappointment. Another disappointment for me. I do think that they fixed a lot of things with this guy that was problems with Sludge. Like the joints are a lot tighter on this guy, and he has the wrist swivel, and the proportions are a lot more imposing, and he holds them a lot better. At the same time, though, he's got a whole new set of problems where he doesn't hold his weapons well, and his waist is loose, or you have to lock it in and get no swivel, or the head articulation is jammed up by the black thing that sits behind it, and the black thing sitting behind it with the red doesn't look good. There's kibble kind of everywhere. It doesn't clean up well. You're expected to just throw flaps over top of things and accept that finishes it, and it doesn't feel finished. The robot mode is fun to play with once you get a minute, because his proportions work a lot better than Sludge's did, where Sludge had that really narrow, small chest, and then everything kind of ballooned out from it. This guy's kind of beefy all around. He's pretty fun to play with. The Dinosaur mode is super solid, so that's also a pretty big bonus as well. The paint is phenomenal. Like, it's really well applied paint. The joints are fixed, with the exception of the waist. I don't like the duck lips. I don't like that he's making the duck face. I can't not see that. I'm tired of paying for the Melee Master and these other things not being squared away. Do you know what the problem is? I will tell you what it is. It's not that this is a bad toy, okay? It's a good toy. It's just disappointing because it's Fansproject and you expect a certain level of quality and care from Fansproject. This is what the problem is. They're so concerned about getting these Diaclone versions out for these cons that I'm definitely getting the feeling that they are rushing through quality control in order to do so. They're rushing through everything in order to get these exclusives for these shows. And I'm here to tell you they should stop. They should stop and they should go back to taking their time, putting out figures a little slower if that means not cutting the corners that I feel like this piece and Sludge cut. I'm not used to Fansproject cutting quarters. I don't like it. I find it almost offensive because they've made such quality figures in the past. And this is not bad. It's got good materials. It's an improvement from Sludge. The proportions work. The paint is good. The joints are tight. It's just that it can't get out of its own way. It's kibbly as hell. It's awkward to transform. And more importantly, it's not fun. It's not fun to transform. It's a pain. It's a bear. It's a burden. It's more like work than the fun part. Like Sludge's transformation worked a lot better. I wish I could say I was impressed, but I'm not. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Until next time, take care.